Welcome to Ever After, a Once Upon a Time podcast, Season 2, Episode 8, Into the Deep. In this episode, Cora tries to steal the compass from Emma and Mary Margaret. Meanwhile, Regina and Mr. Gold put David's life in danger, hoping that he can contact Mary Margaret.
Ooh.
I am your host, Molly Southgate, and with me is
Martha Southgate
and
Rob Southgate. Ooh, boy. This one had a lot going on.
I cried.
Yeah.
This one actually made me cry. I haven't cried in one of these in a long time.
No.
Mhm.
No, this one.
especially the last one with the woman who ruined X-Files.
Okay, stop it.
This one had not only the big emotional thing that got you crying, but it had possibly my favorite idea of the whole series, Pirate Zombies!
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes! Pirate Zombies.
Yeah.
Cora might be the best bad woman ever.
So when they start thinking about doing spin-offs
Mhm.
like they did Wonderland, I think a spin-off of Pirate Zombies, kind of like The Walking Dead, only with pirate zombies, I would be in.
That was pretty cool how she could just make them all wake up. She just,
Right, she grabbed the one heart and blew on it, and you saw all those cases open up.
Probably that was her
all the
leader.
drawers.
Probably
Yep.
that was the leader.
Mhm.
Yeah,
She said, "Rise.
right.
Rise, my evil dead, and attack everyone inside."
Yeah.
Yeah, or it's like in Frankenweenie, Rise, Colossus.
So Cora wants
Oh, yeah.
the compass from Hook, and he tells her that Emma has it.
Right.
And she's not working with Hook anymore. She's not happy.
Right, she's not happy about that at all.
So she brings her henchmen back to life, her pirate zombies.
Pirate Zombies! We can't say that enough.
Mm-hmm.
And then we don't see her again for a little
Yeah.
while.
Right. She
So-
kind of takes a powder, so to speak.
Snow admits that she has been in that room that Aurora keeps waking up in.
Yeah.
As her dream in. And Aurora's not real happy about her not telling her the truth.
Well, it's interesting because now we find out that the reason that they can go in there is the sleeping curse.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't understand something. Was Henry put under a sleeping curse?
No. Yes!
When? How is he able to go in there?
Dad!
I don't remember.
Mom, remember with the cake thing that he took a bite?
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Good job, Mom. I
Same
forgot
Emma.
that.
He got put under a sleeping
I think
curse.
maybe I was in a sleeping curse because I don't remember.
Okay, but Emma delivers one of my favorite
No,
lines.
you turned into the wolf.
All right.
Emma delivers one of my favorite lines right in this scene when they tell Aurora, they break the news to her that she's got to go back and talk to Henry.
Yeah.
You know, or she's got to go back and
Mhm.
and Emma says, "Oh yeah, princess, you're going back to sleep."
Oh, yeah, my favorite line, too.
Well, this one had a couple of different Sleeping Beauty moments because it had not only that where we kept referring to her going to sleep and the sleeping curse and everything, but we saw David actually go back by touching the spinning wheel exactly like Sleeping
Yeah.
Beauty. And we found out that's one of the old ways.
That's the old-fashioned way of getting the
Old-fashioned way of doing
curse.
a sleeping curse. That and poppies, which, what is poppies from?
Who falls asleep in the poppies?
Poppies.
What was Poppy's?
Dorothy.
How dare you not remember?
They all
Oh,
fell
yeah.
asleep
We
in
are
the
not
field of
doing our
poppies.
jobs as
Oh,
geek
yeah.
parents, are we?
Oh, yeah, they had the poppies. They took
Yeah.
the poppies, the last bit of
So this is the
poppies,
first time we're kind of
in their
seeing.
realm.
Right.
It's
There's
the first time
Oz.
we're kind of seeing Wizard of Oz bleed into this a
Uh-huh.
little
Yeah.
bit. So,
So Aurora talks to Henry again, and she tells him that Cora is in the way of them getting home, of his mom and his grandma getting home. And so Henry wakes up and tells Regina and David that they need Mr. Gold, they need Rumpelstiltskin to
Right.
help with Cora.
right.
So Regina goes to Granny's diner and
Yes.
finds Mr. Gold having a little date with Belle,
Right.
having some
That
lunch.
was so cute.
Let me say this one because I loved this line
Sure.
when he's sitting there with Belle and Granny comes up and she's like, I charge extra for pickles. And Gold looks at Belle and he says, I have a complicated relationship with her,
Yeah.
as I do most people.
And so then when Regina comes in, Granny says, "All right, everybody out for a little while."
All right. Oh, man, that could have been bad.
She says, "No, we're civil."
yeah.
And Mr. Gold says, "For now."
Right, right.
But she tells him about Cora, and he says, "Well, what do I care?" You know, and she said, "She's coming."
Right.
And this time you have someone you care about.
Right. He has a
this
weakness.
time you have a weakness.
Right. And knowing Cora, we know that she will exploit that.
Oh, yeah.
So
Belle is definitely
he's in trouble.
danger here.
And he's in trouble.
Yep. So.
And, I love this.
Go ahead.
When Belle's like, really? Who's the one you like? He's like, you're never going to meet her.
Yeah, right.
And it's her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So Aurora's going to help them out, even though it puts her at risk.
Right.
She's going to go
she's
back
getting burned,
in.
just like Henry.
Yes.
And she's got a big burn, and Mulan sees it, and it's like, you're getting that from being in that room, aren't you? But she insists on doing it.
She wants to finally do something for someone else for a change.
And
And
this
what did
actually,
you say, Molly, when she said that?
She's turning 9.
Yeah, you said
Yes.
she's finally going to
do
become
something for
a good
someone else.
princess or something. I don't remember
Right.
what you
Yeah.
said, but something.
Well, I also like this when they're going to put Henry to sleep to do this, and David says, Henry, you don't have to do this because it's dangerous. And Henry says, this was another line that I wrote down. He says, I'm done reading about heroes. I want to be one.
Yes.
So now we're seeing Henry. We're seeing, we always knew that's what he really wanted,
Yes.
but we're seeing he's stepping up.
Yeah.
Just as Aurora is saying, I have to do this.
And he says in this scene, he says he's about to go to sleep, and he says, she's pretty powerful. And Mr. Gold says, not as powerful as I am.
Huh.
And Regina says, yeah, it's debatable.
Right. Well, yeah, but then did you catch what Gold says? Not really, dearie.
And
So-
say it in that voice.
Yeah.
Right. So when he's putting Henry, he does the sleeping thing to Henry.
He has to do a bedtime story.
Yeah. Do you remember how he starts it?
He says, once upon a time, Snow White and Prince Charming.
Right. He has to do a fairy tale about Snow and Charming to get him to go to sleep. I thought that was really cool.
And he was also using magic to get him.
Right. And he was
Yes.
doing the magic on him.
I try to do that to you, but it doesn't work.
Right.
You were getting sleepy.
Yeah, I use the Jedi mind trick.
So he tells Henry in the
These aren't the
story.
droids you're looking for, Molly.
He tells Henry in the story that they need to find the ink that they used on the quill.
Right. Well, yeah, that was cool because we all saw that before when they trapped Rumpelstiltskin. When Snow and Charming trapped him, they had him use the quill, and he wrote. And he says to Charming, it wasn't the quill. It was the ink. And do you remember where the ink comes from? Why it's so special, Molly?
The bottom of the bottomless ocean, and who can get there?
Mermaid.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe
He says mermaids and me
right.
are the only ones who can get there.
Yeah,
I also think that might have been a clue that at some point Aurora,
Mermaid.
no, not Aurora, what's her name? Ariel might be showing up. Yes.
So-
Aurora's already shown up.
Yeah.
He
Well, I was going to
says-
throw her in the water and say, "You're a mermaid now."
He
And
says
she's grow a tail.
Yeah.
he says that he has an abundance of this poison, and it's hidden in his jail cell.
Right. So now that's what they have to do. Now, we said this last episode. We thought maybe that's how they would use this, is to communicate. Here it is. Gold is going to communicate with Henry or with them by going to that netherworld and tell them, I have a way of doing this. You've got to go get the ink from my cell.
Exactly.
This was really neat because we were saying last time, how are they going to do this? They can't really travel through that netherworld, but they can communicate.
Yep.
So here they go.
Yeah, and they couldn't kiss because they're just souls.
Oh, yeah. No, we didn't get to that yet.
So Aurora is in there with Henry, but she can't hear what he's saying.
Right.
And the outside
Well, and then you start
of it-
hearing this. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah, that
whoa.
was weird.
And she's going, what's this? What's this? And Henry's yelling, and you can't hear, and the flames seem to be bigger. And then you could clearly hear, it was like a booming. It goes, Aurora.
Yes.
And then we see her wake up, and it was Mulan saying it.
Well, she was yanked out of
Of
the
the
room.
sleep.
Of the room.
Right.
But what was interesting is, while she was in there, the zombies were attacking.
Right. Pirate zombies make an appearance.
And they took Aurora.
Yes.
So when we watched her get yanked out of that room, the zombies were picking her up.
No, Mulan was
Probably.
picking her up. Nope.
I like
Mulan
to
picked
say
her up
probably,
and
'cause I made
woke
that
her
up.
up. And then they fought. And then Mulan tried to take her away. That's when Snow and Emma went, where are they? And then you saw the pirate zombies attack Mulan. And while she was fighting off the zombie, the other zombie took Aurora.
Well, it's a good thing one of us was paying attention.
Yes.
In that
You know what? My senses were heightened because it was pirate zombies.
Right, that's true. So Cora's got Aurora.
Not just zombies.
And
Pirate
she
zombies.
tries to manipulate her and say, well, I can show you how to bring Philip back.
Right. Now, this was cool. Have we heard about Philip before? Did
Yeah.
we know?
Okay.
Oh, we did?
Uh-huh.
Once again, I don't remember anything. To me, this was all news.
No.
It
was new that she could bring him back.
but I didn't remember a wraith had consumed his soul. I didn't remember that. So
I did.
Cora says to Aurora that, you can bring somebody back. I know how to do it once a wraith has taken the soul. So if you help me, I will maybe help you.
And Aurora wants nothing to do with
Yeah,
that.
Aurora stands up.
There's no.
Now, this is another cool little part. After that scene, and Cora's all mad and everything, she talks to this giant crow, and the crow flies off and lands on Snow and tells Snow something, and Snow interprets it because she's Snow White.
She's like, wait.
Cora's got Aurora.
The crow says that they need to trade the compass for Aurora.
Right.
And Mulan is initially demanding that they trade because her entire mission is supposed to be protecting Aurora,
Exactly.
not dealing with the two of them.
Right,
And-
exactly.
But
She isn't. She's
Snow-
not the liveliest character.
no,
No,
So-
Mulan?
she's
I like Mulan.
she's tough and she's a soldier. She's doing
Right.
what she's doing her orders.
Right,
But she doesn't have a lot of emotion.
right.
But anyway, so Snow convinces her, if you just gave me a sleeping potion, we have a few hours here. You could give us one more chance, and then we could have both. We could still, get Aurora. You could still protect her. We could do all these things, but we will still get to keep the compass.
Now,
And,
I have a question. What is the crow from? Because I know that they've had crows and other
Princess
things.
Aurora, Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, she's in Sleeping Beauty. Okay.
The crow is the one that watches the three in the Disney version.
Oh,
They start
yeah.
using their magic to
And the
give her
crow
her
is
part-
watching and goes back and
he
tells
goes,
Maleficent.
yes.
So this is the crow that's watching, but it's now working with Cora because
Exactly.
Maleficent's not there.
Yes.
Okay, I got it. Because I recognized him, I remember this big crow, and that it would talk to him, but I didn't remember what it was.
That was that.
That
So-
rotten, dirty crow.
Except it doesn't speak crow. It actually just goes,
It speaks crow.
hi, welcome here. That's what the other one.
Yeah,
No,
but in this one, it
on
speaks crow. It
Disney,
goes, "Ah!"
No, in Disney it doesn't talk. It doesn't use words. It does that.
It does?
No.
Right?
No.
I thought it was voiced by Mr. T, and it flies in
don't
and goes, I've been a fool. I'll tell you where Aurora is.
So they're
No.
trying to get the sleeping potion for Snow so she can go in the room and talk to Henry. Because she's had the curse, the sleeping curse, so she doesn't need Aurora
Right,
in order to do this.
right, right.
So Henry's got to go back in despite the danger.
And his
He's got
burn
bad
is
burns.
really bad.
But David decides he can go instead if they give him a curse.
Right. And why is he willing to take the curse?
Because he has true.
Because he knows he can have true love's kiss. And then he'll turn into an ogre.
So what? Then we
Oh,
got
wait, I want to point out another thing. Gold heals Henry's arm. They're putting salve and stuff on. Regina's putting stuff on. And Gold uses magic to fix his arm. I thought that was really cool because Gold seems to be cool to kids because of his son.
Yeah.
But he really didn't need to do that. They were already doing the salve. So in the last episode when he said, I'm doing this as a favor to Henry, and we went, I don't know. I think he might be.
He really might be.
I think he might be a good guy to Henry.
Uh-huh.
I hope.
So what did you guys make of this scene? Hook goes in and rescues Aurora. Did you believe that he was doing it really so that he could work with Emma?
I did.
I did too. I believed him, but we were wrong.
But we were wrong, but you know what? I still don't know if we're completely wrong. I think Hook he is running his own game. So I think as this goes on, we're going to see he is using Cora, and these other moves he's doing, they're to get to his end. It's not that he's working with Cora. He just knows that he needs Cora to get where he needs to go. But I don't think he's necessarily hurting Emma either. I don't think that, he took Aurora's heart, but Aurora wasn't exactly a good friend when they were all hanging out there anyway.
Right.
So if they really get set up for a trap and an ambush, then I would say, okay, Hook's not such a good guy. But if not, he could be setting up Cora in more
And
of a
just
long
playing
game.
Playing both sides again, double agent. So Regina's making the potion, and Henry's watching her. And I loved the line that she said, "There's one thing I know about your grandparents.
They'll always find each other."
Yeah.
Yep, they always find each other. So what
and
happens?
She said, "Grandpa."
And David goes then, he has to touch what?
He has to touch the spinning wheel.
Right.
And then
just like Aurora had to.
And then
Originally.
he says, "How am I supposed to find a room with no door?" And Mr. Gold says, "And that, dearie, is what we are counting on you to figure out."
Right.
I love when he calls people dearie.
Yes. So this was really cool when they went into.
This is just the first time he's been calling people that.
Right. In Storybrooke.
Mm-hmm.
When they went into the Netherworld, it reminded me of two things. Movies that you have not seen, Molly, and Martha, you saw one of them, but you won't remember. Poltergeist. Mm-hmm. In Poltergeist, they go through into the Netherworld, and it's between worlds, and that's where all the ghosts are, okay? And it reminded me, when David got in there, and it was before he could find the fire room, he's in a room, and it's all like a hall of mirrors, and it's all reflective, and I was like, ooh, it's kind of like Poltergeist. Mm-hmm. And then I thought of another movie. There's a horror movie called Insidious, where the same thing happens. Now, in Insidious, it's terrible. First of all, that's when the movie turns into garbage and it's not worth watching. This was done so much better. If they had written it the way this was written, that would have been a much better movie. This was so cool when he was in that Netherworld.
How did he figure out where the room was?
Because the amulet thing was shining and glowing and glowing. And it fell on the ground.
Yes.
And he's like, "Oh, it's on the ground."
And then what happened when he touched it?
It burned him.
Right, it was so hot. He knew that fire room had to be there. So what did he do?
Smashed the ground, which was made of glass.
Yeah, and it looked like a mirror shattering.
How did he not get hurt?
Because it's Neverworld.
It's Netherworld.
Nether. I wrote Neverworld.
I wrote Nether.
I know, it is Nether, but it's just funny
Neverworld would be where Peter Pan is.
Neverland.
So he crashes through the ceiling into that fire room.
And who sees him?
Snow White.
Smokey the Bear.
This scene made me
in the world is Smokey the Bear.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Well, that sounded exactly like him.
Did it?
No.
Oh.
So they see each other and they're able to communicate, and it was so great. The two of them talking to each other.
And he's able to tell her about the ink and everything.
Right.
Like, whereas Henry couldn't get it all out, Aurora couldn't hear him.
Right.
They were able to fully.
And they were
she
so
got
happy
the whole message.
to see each other. And then he jumped through the flames to get to her. And she realizes, wait, you can't be here. You must have a sleeping curse. And he says, but when you kiss me, when there's true love's kiss, I'll wake up. And what happens?
It doesn't work.
Why?
Because she doesn't love him. No.
They're just souls.
Uh-huh. They aren't physical bodies.
Right. They're like ghosts. And they go to hug and they just go through each other.
I cried.
Yep.
That was such a good scene. It was so well acted, and it was so well written, and it was just gut-wrenching to watch them have to go. And she kept saying, I'm waking up. Oh, it was like in Secret of NIMH when he yells, I'm coming, Papa. And I cried through that. I mean, all the
I don't remember that in Secret of NIMH. I remember it in American Tale.
Dang it, I'm the worst. I am the worst with it.
What's in Secret of NIMH?
Nothing. Nothing having anything to do with this. It's in Fievel. I'm coming, Papa.
There was another moment in here when they were going into the Netherworld, and Snow White said, it's like you're lost. And as soon as she said that, I went, it is like Lost. When they were on the island, and they were kind of in between.
And they were
lost, and
no
Lost
one knew
again.
they were there.
Yes, I wish Saeed and Charlie had shown up.
Well, we've got Belle as...
Like Belle was from Lost. And
the father?
King George is from Lost. And on Wonderland, Saeed is in it. He's Jafar.
Yes. So Snow White wakes up. And
I can't get enough Lost.
Snow White wakes up and she tells Emma everything. And then they realize that Mulan was gone and that she has the compass.
Uh-huh.
So they go chasing off after her. And Cora, then we see Cora with Hook. And he says, I brought you something.
Right. So now we're thinking he betrayed her.
I thought it was the compass.
Yeah.
And Aurora shows up just as Snow's about to kill Mulan. And Hook, we see, gave Cora Aurora's heart.
Right.
And so she's talking into it, and everything
it's making
she's
Aurora
saying,
say
Aurora, so she completely controls her.
Yep.
So this is going to be very interesting. Now Cora knows their plans.
She goes, rubber duck, there's a teddy bear on your right side. We got a great big convoy.
There you go. Something
What
like that.
in the world is that?
No one knows. Okay.
Hey, I thought of another one who's on Lost that's on this.
Okay.
Hurley was the giant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesomeness. All right, is that it? Did we finish this one out? You can catch past episodes of this and all of our other podcasts at our website, which is
www.southgatemediagroup.com.
You can find us on Twitter. Martha, you're at
SMG Pods.
and I'm at rsouthgate. And we tweet about all of our different shows there and stuff about this. Find us on Tumblr. Just look up Southgate Media Group. And we've been putting some really cool stuff on original artwork and stuff by one of our podcasters about these different shows. And I think we have some Once Upon a Time stuff going up on there. So that's a lot of fun,
Pinterest.
too. Pinterest we're on.
We have a Once Upon a Time page on, an Ever After Once Upon a Time page on there.
Yes. And
A board.
Yeah, so just look for Southgate Media Group there, and you can find a board for Once Upon a Time Ever After. And you can also find us on Facebook and get in conversation with it. We love talking to you guys and hearing your theories and hearing where, well, mainly I'm wrong on stuff. You can also find us on Facebook. Just look up Ever After, the Once Upon a Time podcast, or go to Southgate Media Group there. Okay, we're done. I can't wait for the next episode. Let's end this the way every great fairy tale ends.
Happily ever after.
The
end.
If you would like to donate to help pay for this and other Southgate Media Group podcasts, simply go to our website, southgatemediagroup.com, and click on the donate button. It can be as little as $1 or, well, as much as you want. Help keep this fun going by supporting this and our other shows. Thanks again for listening, everyone. You're the best fans in the world.